Mr. GOPAKUMAR.S. He is the managing director of Cape Electric, but he is doing lot of work in electrical safety. So, sir, I see there are a lot of deaths due to electrocution, and there are fire hazards also because of electric issue. Can you talk about like what is the scope and what is the magnitude of the challenge in India?
With respect to electrocution, an average of 12 to 14,000 people
That's
are
a big
getting
figure,
killed,
yes.
which is a big figure, and these are the reported cases. Unreported, nobody knows. Out of this, about 50% happens within the consumer premise, that means within a house or an industry or inside a building, and about 48% happens on the low voltage distribution or maybe little bit medium voltage up to 33 kV. So basically, about 98% of the accidents are happening in this area, and 2% happens on the extra high voltage, on the distribution generation area. These are there. The figures are there with the CEA portal and in the websites. Now, with respect to the number of people, those who are dying, for example, in 2016 there was a seminar organized by CEA where a Japanese delegation made a presentation. According to the papers presented there, which was also available in the CEA website for some time, about 723 people die per year out of 100 million population in India.
That's a huge number. Yes.
723. If you look at the same average, in Japan, it's 12 people out of 100 million population per year. So 12 and 723, you have to just imagine. If you look at the average European nation, it's about 40-45, plus or minus 10-15%. So globally the average is, let's say, about maybe 70, but we are 723, which is almost 10 times higher with respect to electrocution. And this is an average figure out of 100 million population per year. It doesn't mean that we are more people are dying because of more population. It's not like that. It's the average figure. This is one aspect. With respect to the second aspect, which is fire, especially fire in inside consumer premises, high-rise buildings. Say for example, Bombay Fire Brigade says about 70 to 80% fire accidents in buildings are due to.
And these are reported cases.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely. Cases. So there may be equal number of unreported cases in Mumbai also.
Fire may be less.
Okay.
Probably less. Small fire, these are the cases. These are large cases.
Right.
Then of course there are thousands of small cases where there is not. It did not change to a larger incident. Maybe even in my house, say for example, one of the air conditioner was burning, but I could see that I switched it off. So these are unreported things. So
absolutely.
Maybe the unreported cases of fire probably may be very high because these didn't become a major fire.
This is called near accident.
Yeah, these are the reported cases to the fire brigade.
Fire brigade, right.
So 80%, let's say 70% calls coming to the fire brigade are from electrical reasons or from electricity. Similar is the situation with Ahmedabad or Delhi or Chennai. Maybe the percentage is a little bit less. So this means majority of the fire accidents can be avoided if the electrical system is safe. Can be avoided in the sense, electricity, why do electricity create fire? First of all, it should not create fire. Now we have the National Electrical Code, an electrical installation which is designed, erected, tested and maintained as per the National Electrical Code. Chance of fire is absolutely nil, almost very, very rare.
So there are, at one end we have electrocution deaths, which are 14 to 15,000, which is a huge and large number, and on other hand we have fires. Most of the fires are caused due to electrical short circuit or related issues.
Yeah.
Okay, and are the statistics available for entire India?
These are the statistics. For example, National Crime Records Bureau, then CEA websites, then the fire department. These are available. These published data are.
All right. So, sir, one more thing I want to understand from you, that are there any laws, that means standards, regulations or codes with respect to safety from fire hazards or electrical short circuiting, or to keep the equipment safe?
Yes, of course, there are. The rules, regulations are very clear. For example, the Electricity Act, starting with the Electricity Act, then we go to the safety regulations. which is called as Central Electricity Authority Measures Relating to Safety and Electric Supply 2023. Even 2010 or whatever. So the regulations are clear. It very clearly defined what the distribution company should do and what the consumer should do. Now we are in the era of ease of business. You cannot monitor every house. Some authority cannot go and monitor and find out whether the things are in correct position or not. This job is left to the owner of the building. Absolutely. So he has to self-certify, because to make my house safe, it's my responsibility. That is the way it is. Now the regulations, it has to be followed by the distribution company as well as by the building owner.
Right.
Unfortunately, if you look at the way the electricity, low voltage electricity is supplied to the consumer premise, I would say out of, let's say for example, 95% of the distribution companies are violating the regulation because they don't know.
Absolutely.
They don't know what is written in the regulation, so they violate. As a result, what happens is, if something happens on the consumer at the transformer, let's say for example, there is a short circuit there is a fault on the HT side of the transformer, the connected equipment in our houses, it will blow off, which is not supposed to happen. The distribution company is supposed to take the necessary measures. But also another case, for example, if something happens to my house, if there is a fault in my house, the fuse or the MCB provided by the distribution company, it is supposed to blow.
Right.
It is supposed to disconnect the supply, and they don't do it, resulting in fire. Why? Because the distribution company is not supplying the power as what is required or recommended in the regulation.
So National Electricity Grid Code 2023 is there?
No, this is Central Electricity Authority Measures Relating to Safety and Electric Supply Regulations.
Oh, perfect. All right. Okay. And electricity grid code is a separate code.
That is a separate one. Yes.
And this safety regulation, it is a safety standard which has been provided by Central Electricity Authority.
Yes. Safety regulation.
Safety regulation.
Yeah. Now, if you this regulation talks about safety during generation, transmission, distribution, usage, and it covers a wide area like renewable power and so on. But now, within a consumer premise, if you look only the fire part, within a consumer premise, the regulation mandated, or it made compliance to National Electrical Code 2023 mandatory, NEC.
All right.
Yeah, but if you Google NEC, you will get to the American NEC. So there is an US NEC. We have to be careful. There is a National Electrical Code of India.
That's wonderful.
Yes, and this is a very recent document, 2023, and actually an electrical installation which is complying to NEC 2023, the chance of fire accidents almost nil.
So this is the standard operating procedure which has been notified by Central Electricity Authority, National Electrical Code 2023.
No, this is a code of practice made by the Bureau of Indian Standards. It explains how to design, how to select, how to erect, and how to test and maintain an electrical installation in a consumer premise.
Right. But it has been enforced by the regulations of Central Electricity Authority.
Exactly.
That it has to be complied with.
Yes.
Standard has to be complied with, which have been notified by Bureau of BIS.
Yeah.
Okay, wonderful. So on the one hand, we have electrocution deaths, we have fire incident. On the other hand, we have a strong and good law, which is. So what is the gap which you see?
It's very simple. For example, whatever, I'm a member in the NEC Technical Committee, ETD 20. So if I take if I list out the first 10 safety measures which is written in the NEC, and if I go to a building in Mumbai, for example,
right.
Unfortunately, I find 0 buildings in Mumbai, including the high-rise buildings and the 5-star hotels and hospitals where these are complied.
Very surprising. All right. So
even in most of my programs, we used to have a lot of programs, training programs. There we used to challenge people. If somebody come forward and show me one installation where this is made, absolutely no.
Okay, perfect. So I think so. Then education is the best answer. And as you have rightly said, you are taking trainings and workshops with respect to electrical safety. So can you talk about as to what kind of trainings and workshops you are going ahead with or taking across India?
Yeah, see, we founded, me and some of the friends or some of the people, those who are interested in this subject, all of us together founded a National Federation of Engineers for Electrical Safety. It's a society we call as NFE, mainly to impart, training and knowledge to the people. We, it's a very new society, registered we started our first program on 10th of March last year, 2023. Within this time, we have conducted several webinars and direct seminars, all India seminars. I think we completed almost 15 seminars. And this coming week, we have Wednesday, we have a program in Bangalore, Thursday in Mysore, Friday in Mangalore. We are covering the industry. Yeah, we are traveling and trying to educate people. Our programs are supported by BIS, and the idea is to create awareness about the National Electrical Code. As a result, people are safer.
So NFE is focused on electrical safety.
Yes, electrical safety and skill development. Let me say, our vision is to make every electrical installation free from accidents such as electrocution and fire. One of the mission which we have taken up is finally, one interesting point which everybody should understand is in the standard. If we look, safety subjects has to be handled by a skilled person,
right?
Or for example, or a competent person. So now, who decides a person's skill and competency? We call an electrician to do something in our house. Are you aware that? Are you sure that he is competent enough to do the job? For example, you are constructing a large hospital, maybe 300 bed hospital, and you consult somebody to make a design. How many people knows that he is competent enough to do the design of a hospital? This is not existing in India. Whereas, for example, the NEC safety measures, it started from an IEC standard called as IEC 60364. All over the globe, the same standard is used for safety. Be it Europe or America or whatever. America, there is a little bit modification to suit their cultural differences. Otherwise, European nations, the same thing is used. In India, NEC is the same thing. Now, there are two definitions which is given: skilled person and competent person. In Europe, for example, in Britain, only skilled people are able, or only competent people can carry out a design, erection or testing of an electrical installation.
Right.
Now, who will decide that he is competent enough? The competency has to be shown based on the ISO 17024 standard.
Right.
So there is a system which is existing in those countries. So somebody make a scheme. His knowledge is checked, by a test, or sometime he has to make a design in front of you, or you have to make an installation in front of you, and people go. And this is a continuous process. They have to participate in training, and they have to show their skillness and development in every 1 or 2 years. So this system is existing all over the world, and this standard 60364 is followed in other countries based on the skill and competency of the person, whereas this kind of a system don't exist in India.
Oh.
As a result, what happened is, if we ask a designer of a building, do you know X, Y, Z? Say for example, one simple subject. In order to avoid the shock within a building, all dead metal parts in the building must be interconnected together to a common bus bar. Everything like this, this aluminum frame, or maybe a handrail, door, or whatever. It has to be connected, or the firefighting pipe, which is there everywhere, firefighting pipe. We have to interconnect to a common bus bar. This is the first safety measure for shock. Even for arcing, that means fire. But if you really check how many buildings in Mumbai have got this, probably maybe 1 or 2% of the high-rise buildings have this safety measure. The others doesn't have. And now, how to make this, this kind of an interconnection? Okay, those rules are given in the standard, but the engineers doesn't know. Now, NFE is trying to make a scheme based on ISO 17024 standard, which verifies the competency of the person.
That's
that means,
wonderful.
yeah,
So
we are trying to.
This is a skill development scheme.
It is like a skill development scheme.
Okay.
So it's a voluntary scheme. Since the
Right.
government is not taking care of it, we are taking care. We are, doing it. Say for example, mostly people think that the electrical inspectorate of the state government, they are supposed to take care of safety. But the problem is, electrical inspectorate of the state government, they have a notified voltage. So their responsibility is above that notified voltage. Whereas whatever happens inside our building, it's under the notified voltage, so nobody takes care. That is the situation. So now our scheme will define who is an electrical, NFE certified electrical consultant, NFE certified electrical, installer and verifier. Now behind this there will be a training class, there will be an examination, they have to show that their skills they are competent enough to do the job, and then we give the certificate. Not we, actually NFE is not giving, we are only making the scheme. The certificates will be issued by, or the competency will be checked and verified by the personal certification bodies. So we are only the scheme owner. Parallelly, we are trying to educate institutions who have to take classes for the candidates, because we have to build them to pass the examination.
That's brilliant. That's brilliant. So if I want to become a member of NFE, then how do I move forward?
Very easy. We have the website www.nfees.org.
Right.
So go to the website, there is a link, you can, at the top right side, you can find that become a member. You click, you can very easily through online 3-4 minutes, you can become a member. The membership fee for a normal person, there are corporate membership and other things as well. For a normal engineer, it's about 1,000 rupees per year. There is the membership fees, and there is one-time registration fee which is about 500 rupees. So first time it will be 1,500 plus GST, which is about 1,780, something like that. But from next year onwards, it will be 1180. So this is the membership fee.
Okay. And is there a life membership also available?
See, this is a very, we registered just 1 year back. A lot of things have to be done. It takes some time.
Right.
Actually, during the first 5 months, we were struggling with our website and this online payment. So as a result, a lot of people are still waiting to become a member. So only maybe about a month back, our website has become in a good way. So it takes some time. All these ideas are there.
Absolutely, but this is a brilliant idea to NFE for electrical safety. So this institution is focused on electrical safety, and obviously zero fire and zero electrocution cases will be the best thing to happen for India.
Yeah.
And maybe a campaign, Safe India campaign, can also be started.
Electrically Safe India campaign.
Electrically Safe India campaign. Oh, that's wonderful. All right.
Because once when we say Safe India, there are so many other things as well,
Right, absolutely. So for young engineers who are maybe in their 4th year or final year of education, what kind of career do you think for young engineers in the aspects of electrical safety?
Actually, there is a huge gap of demand and supply. If I wanted to employ, let's say, 1 or 2 engineers who knows the subject of safety, it's very difficult to get, because the subject of safety is not a part of our curriculum. So as a result, the engineers are not employable, really speaking. So our scheme is actually to make them employable, number one. So once when they know how to design, then it's easy for them to get an opportunity or an employment. Number 2, our scheme is, we will be checking we will be certifying, or we will be, the skill or the knowledge is verified based on an IEC standard called as IEC 60364, which is a global standard. So if a person who is holding our certificate, he can even get an employment abroad, because it's an international standard. Yeah.
That's wonderful. So zero electric fire, zero electrocution cases, and electrically safe India. So thank you so much, Mr. Gopakumar-ji. I am including the link and the address of the association for the benefit of all the viewers. Thank you so much.